How are you feeling tonight? Are we feeling good?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Beat of the Soul. I hope you're all well. I was so happy that I got a ticket to go and see Jonb. I remember watching his Unsung documentary. If you've never watched the Unsung documentary, I'd really recommend it. And basically they kind of tell the whole story of an artist and they put you onto their music even more. So it's like, growing up, I only knew a couple of Jonb songs, but when I watched the Unsung documentary, it put me onto so many of his songs. I'm like, I didn't know about these tunes. And yeah, so ever since I watched that documentary, I was like, I need to see him live. So the support act was Tertia May. She was amazing. She was so talented. I'd never heard of her before and I didn't check out who was going to be the support act beforehand. So seeing her was really refreshing and it's like, oh, this is a nice surprise. Like someone who you actually like and would actually pay to go and see a headline show for. And I love that she had a full band with her as well. She has a really great voice. She sounded amazing live. And I definitely checked out a lot of her music afterwards. I'll definitely recommend checking out Tertia May's music if you haven't already. I love that he opened up with Don't Talk, and I feel like he obviously did that intentionally because that is a tune, and I feel like that song was quite popular in the UK and just everywhere really. That song is just pure nostalgia for me because it brings me back to the days of watching MTV Base, and I remember that song would come on a lot and just watching the music video, and then it was just good vibes. I just loved the song. So yeah, when I was saying earlier how I only knew a couple of his songs, Don't Talk was one of the songs that I knew from my childhood. And yeah, I just missed those days so much when R&B music was pop music. It was popular music and it was mainstream. It was being blasted everywhere. Like, I would just love to go back to those times. And hearing him perform it live, it was just like a full circle moment. I did feel like there was one point where he sounded a bit off. I'll put the little clip in of what I mean. So Jonb covered Ascension, Don't Ever Wonder by Maxwell, and I'm sorry Jonb, I love you, but no one does it like Maxwell. Like, I think that's a song that you shouldn't touch unless you completely mix it up in a completely different way. But yeah, I think just leave that song to Maxwell. When he covered Boo'd Up by LMA, I was like, oh, okay, Jonb, you know your LMA. That was quite a shock to me. But again, I wasn't really feeling this cover. I think the arrangement and like the way he was singing, like it just sounded a bit off. Something was just off to me. I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it. But yeah, I wasn't really feeling that one. I really loved this performance. Everyone was on point, but the standout for me was the bass. The bassist killed it. Are you hearing what I was hearing? If not, make sure you watch that little clip again and make sure you watch the concert footage with no interruptions so you can feel what I was feeling. He just smashed it. Now this cover I liked. I thought it was really beautiful and it was great that the background singers got to do solos and showcase their voices even more.
Being the fact that I only had one chance to work along in Tupac, the synergy that we had, it really shows itself in the record. So it's so nice to say, we're still down with you, still there. Still down with your Tupac.
I love the performance of Are You Still Down, and when Jonb started to talk about Tupac, it just felt very genuine and very heartfelt, and you could tell that he meant every word that he was saying and that they had a great relationship. I loved the mashup of Are You Still Down and I Ain't Mad At Ya. I thought that was really nice, and I started to get a bit emotional, I'm not gonna lie. It almost felt like Tupac's presence was in the room, but I don't know if I'm just being dramatic by saying that because of like how the lights were shining down and how Jonb was looking up and like the live music. I might just be being a bit extra, but it did feel like that at the time. And yeah, just like knowing the history of their relationship, because there's this Vlad TV interview that Jonb did, and he talks about like how the song came to be, a bit more like their relationship. I'll insert the clip, hopefully it won't get copyrighted or anything, but if it does I will link it below in the description box.
So the story is I was playing my beats for Tupac, and he immediately started to freestyle right in front of me. And so I was like, man, we got to put this down in the studio. And so I walked in and I saw Pac, and he was like, you know, so let me hear some beats. So I played him the beats, and then he's like, let me play you some of mine. The first beat he played me was Are You Still Down? The beat for Are You Still Down? It's Johnny J's beats. And I was like, that's the one. Right away we got to it, and you know, it was about 3 hours in. I mean, we were pretty much done with the song. I mean, we talked about relationships. We talked about being in relationships that had gone wrong and sort of like wanting to holler back, being like on some reminiscent kind of like vibes, you know, and almost like that drunken phone call, you know, late night, like to your ex, like, you know, you still think about me, you know, that kind of vibe, right? But in a song, you know.
In the YouTube comments, there's this one comment from Shenya T. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but they said Jonb originally said that he didn't want to release the song because Tupac had just died and he didn't want to make it seem like he was clout chasing off of his death. But Tupac's mother, Afeni, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right either, told Jon that Tupac played the song for her and he was very proud of it. So she gave him her blessing to release. That's what he truly would have wanted. And I think I remember him saying that in the documentary as well. And there's another comment saying, yep, I heard him say that when unsung. And I think that just shows Jonb's character, because some people might think, oh yeah, this person's dead, let me just release the song, and not like going to the family to ask permission and just trying to profit and clout chase off that death. But yeah, I think the actions that he took after Tupac's death, being like cautious around it, was like good thinking on his part. This concert would have been 10 times better for me if Jonb performed more songs from his Stronger Everyday album and Pleasures You Like album. Jonb, if you happen to stumble across this video, please, 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 the next time you come to London or the UK, do more songs from the album, because yeah, when I watched the Unsung documentary and then went on to listen to more of his discography, those two albums really stood out for me. I love those albums so much. Like when I needed to get something done and I'm like, what album can I play? Jonb, I just put him on shuffle and there's tunes and bangers for days, and I just like love it every time I have a Jonb session. So after the show, you could see like Tertia May and her band like hanging around, and like people were going up to them, but I didn't go up to them. I was like a bit shy, a bit awkward. I got to speak to Aaron, which was Jonb's background singer. But yeah, Aaron was really cool and he spoke really highly of Jonb. I didn't even realize at the time that his background singers were English. I was like so shocked when I heard him speak. I was like, oh, you're from here. But yeah, because I don't know, I just assumed that he would have American background singers. And Jonb is also super humble and nice. He was waiting outside the venue as well so people could get pictures with him and talk to him, and I got to get a picture with him as well, which I'm like, oh my gosh, I have that picture now. I look disgusting but at least I have it and I can say I got a picture with Jonb and I met him, and all I said to him, I was just like, oh, I loved your Unsung documentary, and that's all I had to say. Like I'm so socially awkward, so I didn't know know what else to say, but he was super nice and he was like, thank you, just did the picture and then yeah, went home. Thank you for watching my commentary. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share, and check out Jonb and Tertia May's music. I'll link their socials and relevant information in the description box, and I hope you enjoy the concert footage with no interruptions.
Yeah. I'm taking it back to prime time 90s, baby. Let's go. I remember when I had BET on lock. Let's get it. They said it wasn't gonna last. They said we're gonna split our plans. They told you I was just a player. I would play you, baby. just jealous and the light and say they never touch it cause the truth is there. I'm still feeling you. So what you say? If that's what you say, how do I feel it out? Feelings so deep and feeling much that I can't read. Girl, you do something to me. Yeah, all this love we got here tonight. It's the night I'd rather be in the bedroom instead of the town. That's the night. Feathers ain't going out, 'cause my old lady showing me how she likes the house to do my homework. It's the night. This song, yeah, there ain't nothing wrong. Hey, now I somebody, girl. I know you feel this hurt, and you can't find a way back. Oh, you were supposed to be hurt. Here we are. If you know, help me sing it out. Come on, everybody. This ain't no for sure. Left once again at home. Another night on your own. Ain't no fun, nothing but nothing alone. Now there's a bit of useless. Oh, no. You will call out those things to be there. Can you still be there? Those feelings are real. And I was just like, man, this is like, my brother right here is like a real friend, you know what I mean, in the studio. Let me tell you something. No collaboration I have ever done in my life with any artist. Maybe except for Babyface. I won't give Babyface any. We made so many classic songs together. But being the fact that I only had one chance to work with my man Tupac, the synergy that we had, really, it really shows itself in the record. So it's so nice to say, we're still down with you, still down. We're still down with you, Tupac. We're still down with you, we're still down. We're still down with you, Tupac. I'll go, yo. Nothing's gonna make you walk forever. Girl, I just wanna love you. What people say, they don't know about how you and me. Yeah. Not mine, 'cause it's jealousy. They don't know how to listen. Don't listen to what people say. They don't know about how you and me. Put it out your mind, 'cause it's jealousy. Let's talk about what your friends do you. And I'm a selfish, and I want my cake and eat it too.